Small businesses are the major employer in this economy, and yet over 50% of small businesses fail in the first 5 years. And today I'm going to talk about 7 reasons why I think they fail. So this is my take. Number one, poor financial management. This is a space where, as small businesses, we are not able to separate our personal financial needs to our business financial needs. And due to this mix-up, it becomes very difficult to manage the finances of the business. We find a business owner chipping into the business finances to manage their cost of living, and it becomes difficult to manage their taxes, separate the taxes for the business and the taxes for the personal needs, or sometimes getting into the business finances to purchase their own essential things, maybe buying their own personal cars or spending to go for holidays. At the end of the day, this affects the business. So usually the best thing is to separate the business needs and the financial needs and the personal financial needs. This ensures that when a business owner is paying himself or herself, they're able to know the ratio in which to pay themselves in relation to what the business is bringing in. And this makes it quite easy for the business to use, for us as small businesses, to use the business money and to build the business in such a way that when the business is earning profits, it's able to take it back to the business to grow the business. But if we mix it up with the personal needs, it makes it very difficult to differentiate. Not even having that data to know where the business is going makes it very difficult to know whether the business is growing or not. And then number two, when you're running the business, you don't plan in the long term. Yes, we are told that when you're starting a business, start small with a bigger vision on where you want the business to be. But usually we start small, not thinking of where we want the business to be in future. So when we don't think big, we remain small. And we just work within this business. In other words, we are self-employed in this business. So we are not thinking of it growing to be, we are not thinking of it in the bigger picture. And also you find that in our context, you find that I'll start a business because my neighbor is doing the same. So basically, I'm starting this business to survive. Yes, I saw my neighbor started a hardware shop, and they are from the outside view, I'm seeing that they're doing well. So I decided, let me start this hardware business without thinking about it and doing my own research to know whether it's viable or not. And then number three, lack of capital. And this also leads to lack of cash flow. When you're running the business, a business can end up running out of cash, and without cash flow, the business cannot move anywhere, because it's this cash flow that is used for buying resources, it's used for paying overhead, it's used for basically running the business. So what happens when the business runs out of cash? Nothing can move forward, and this is the biggest hurdle in most businesses, because we run out of cash, that's it. And this is one of the biggest things that a bank looks at even before giving you a loan. To look at your cash flow. How is it? How are you spending? How are you earning, to determine how much loan it can give you. But now look at a space where you have no cash flow. Things just stop moving. So cash flow is key, because without cash flow, then the business will fail. And then number four, ineffective sales and marketing. If you're not doing enough sales, obviously the company is not getting any income. So what happens? You are not able to sustain the business. If you're not doing enough marketing, then that means you will not be known. And that means nobody will know the product, the services that you're selling. So how are you able to run this business without sufficient sales and proper marketing? So without this, the business will obviously fail. And I've seen instances, even when we look around, we open a kiosk, or we open a hardware, or we open a small shop somewhere, and then we wait for customers to walk in without doing anything. We are living on hope, and I heard somewhere that hope is not strategy. So you're not making any effort to do marketing or even go out there to look for customers. Obviously, there'll be no income coming in, and that will lead to the business failure. And then number five, hiring wrong. If you hire wrong, obviously things will go wrong. Bring in the wrong people, they'll not make any effort to see this business grow. They don't have the same vision that you believe in. They'll not believe in your vision. They'll just come in to add without bringing any value add. And this will bring you down. And this has happened to me too. So I took it from an experience where I brought in the wrong, the wrong people, and things went haywire. And then number six, not seeking mentors. This is seeking people who've gone through the same hurdle that you've gone through. Yes, you can succeed, but it will take a long while without mentors. When we have mentors in place, it will shorten the process. It will shorten the pain. And this can make the business move faster in the right direction. But without mentors, you're just gripping into darkness and guessing and hoping that things will work out. And some will happen by luck. If things go wrong, if you grip in the wrong space, then when things go haywire, the business will obviously fail. And then number seven, which is the last one, we are managing without clarity, just working to ensure that things are working. There are no SOPs to work with. There are no systems in place. So we're just we're just working and hoping that things will work out. There's no clarity. There's no clarity of direction of where we are heading to. So we're just managing and guessing and hoping that things will go right. And this is where we go wrong as small businesses. We just work because we are good in the craft, but we don't know what we're supposed to do to move away from being the technician and making this business grow to move to the next level. So managing the business without clarity will also lead to a business failing. So to ensure that the business does not fail in the first 5 years, if all these seven reasons can be done right, this can make a difference in the business that you are running.